Warships is back, and you know what that means. It's time for an early morning video. Now, first of all, talking about bugs, I heard some people saying that you can't flag drop if there's a decoration on the beach and you can block attackers. Well, that's false. If you think that's true, if you have a way to replicate that, please let me know. But let's get that one out of the way as it is. There are enough bugs in the game. And speaking of bugs in the game, check this out. Way over here, the multi-node. This multi-node gives you 4 smokes, and those smokes do target flying troops. So be aware, those smokes are super strong. You should roll your eyes ridiculously hard at those. Now, there was a maintenance break earlier on today, and that for some reason wasn't fixed. But they did fix the local leaderboard. So at least there are some fixes going into the game. I know a bunch of you who are playing on older iPads and potentially older iPhones are just pulling out your hair and screaming and super frustrated. We do not have an ETA on that fix yet. When I say we, I mean we, the community, hasn't been given one. Please, I don't work for Supercell. I am just a guy on the internet. So don't scream at me, please. I am on your side. Moving forwards, there are a number of different tech trees to be had here. And one thing to be aware of is there are reports that multi-nodes are not giving tech. So if you're after tech and you're trying to get a little bit extra tech to get to that next engine room, be aware that the multi-nodes apparently aren't giving, look at that, tech level +0, +0, +0. So more bugs in the game. Not a huge deal early on, but that might be a problem later on. You'll notice that Boom Surprises, as advertised in those sneak peeks, are targeting flying troops. So that's going to be a bit of a difference later on as people start to get into rocket choppas. Let's go, though. I'm going to show you the tech tree that I did on my main account, and then the smarter tech tree, and then I'm going to do a different tech tree right here, right now. So the biggest differences are, of course, over here. On my main account, I went down this path to shock launchers. It is faster to get to shock launchers, which means it's going to be faster to get to rocket choppas over on that right-hand side. But it also means that you don't have bombardiers and you don't have flares, and it's painful and you're going to lose for the interim. So I don't recommend that to anyone except for the strongest of heart or the strongest of butt, as Bart Simpson once said, I do believe. Now, my other account, the one that's doing the best right now, went like this. Now, this is kind of the optional to path. The path that likely more players are going to go is going to be like this. Same-ish, just you get boom mines instead of that building health. I went back and got boom mines, so I suppose with my main account, I went like, where are we going? We went like this, where I went down to here as well. But rocket launchers and bombardiers and building health is going to be doing far better than just grenadiers. So, if you don't have the option to get all the way to Bombardiers, you're going to be, or even if you don't have the option to get to Everspark. Everspark is what makes Grenadiers work on their own. Everspark can tank for Grenadiers because she can either use her universal remote or she can throw out all sorts of critters. On this account, I do not have instant training, so this account is going to be far different. Now, there's going to be all sorts of other side branches on those other metas, like people going and getting green mines, for example. There's lots, or people going and getting critters. There are lots and lots of different things, but be aware, by going this route, you have nothing to heal your Grenadiers or your Bombardiers. But if you do go the bottom route, you can heal your Grenadiers, which no one really cares about. So, um, it's just a very strange tech tree with no medkits and no flares, so it doesn't really feel much like Boom Beach to me. But we're gonna get these buildings up to tick 4 because tick 4 is critical. That way you get all of the buildings. Gunboat, not super critical, although it does give you some shocks. I am going to go get Shockeneers in this account because Shockeneers, that beam length is ridiculously long. It's going to keep my troops alive. And I'm going to just absolutely hunker down here, get all sorts of defenses, try my darndest to keep my troops alive because this account does not have instant training like I talked about, but uh-oh, I almost made a huge mistake there. Make sure if you're not going to get to Bombardiers, that you max your Grenadiers. And this is a season where players who are behind and can't get to Everspark right away have to spend all sorts of extra tech. As you can see, I had to upgrade my Shockeneers. I had to upgrade my Grenadiers. Players who can skip past have a huge advantage because they can upgrade their Bombardiers and skip their Grenadiers. They can skip Shockeneers, so it's going to be a very, very rough season for those of us who are stuck a little bit farther left of center. But thankfully, on this account, lots of talking, not much gameplay. I do apologize. We're going to go. I'm going to go through boom mines, and then I'm probably going to get bombardiers later on as well, simply because you can't live with only one troop in Boom Beach without instant training. So getting those bombardiers will be a great boon to my ability to actually play the game. Now, don't go buy Shockeneers right now. Don't go say, hey, ZMOT got Shockeneers. We're going to give Shockeneers a try after we do a quick base build. So overall, just to summarize, in case you guys just want to bail right now before I do anything, just to give myself the ability to waste more of your time by talking, I would highly recommend this path right here, where you go up and get rocket launchers. It gives you shock launchers as well. It gives you building health. It gives you bombardiers. And bombardiers, like, you're finishing bases in like 3 minutes, 12 seconds. With grenadiers, you're finishing bases in like 2 minutes, 12 seconds. So that is far, far superior. One word of caution: make sure you keep enough tokens to get your rocket launchers to tick 3. Tick 3 rocket launchers are great. Tick 2 rocket launchers are useless because you only have one of them. Sorry, 2 of them, I should say, not 3. That's a big, big differentiator. Let's just build a base so that I don't have to talk and you guys can actually see some form of gameplay. We're going to put this engine room way over here. We're going to put the other 2 back in these general directions, remembering that no one has flares at the moment. So we are going to do them dirty and just place some boom mines along here so they can't sneak along that right-hand or left-hand side edge. I don't know why I get my lefts and rights so darn confused in warships. We are going to put our sniper towers. By the way, oh, sorry, folks. This is ridiculous. This choice node right here also gives you 2 more sniper towers, which is magically delicious. So we are going to put 1 building over here just to give a little bit of protection against people doing a late drop. And then we are going to drop all of our troops, all of our buildings, sending them back in this direction, forcing players to come all the way to this back section before they can go over to that left section. Want to make sure that we get them in there nice and cozy so that we can't just ruin us with their with 1 shock. And then we're going to get all of our mines. I'm going to place a whole bunch in this neighborhood, not quite that tight together, but you get the basic idea of what we're after. Getting some mines up the front because grenadiers will not clear those. Critters won't necessarily clear those. And then again, just blocking this side path. We don't want anyone coming in that back door. And then I'm just going to spread them out just a little bit over in this direction. As you can see, everything that I'm doing with my mines, and don't copy my base unless you really, really want to, because my bases are not known for being magical or amazing, is all about blocking players from coming over to this left-hand side. And now that that's done, we're going to get 2 boats of Shockeneers that I can, there we go, 2 boats of Shockeneers with our max Grens, with Everspark. I'm going to use Eversparks. I'm kind of tempted to use that explosive charge, but I'm going to stick with Critter Swarm for the moment. And then we are into it, full on into it. Now, did I switch to... Yes, I did. Okay, Critter Swarm should be good enough for that. We're going to go Critter Swarm 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be enough to get our troops rocking and rolling. There comes the Critter Swarm. There comes the Shockeneers. Now, Shockeneers, in this instance, not doing a heck of a lot for us, except for keeping our critters a little bit alive, a little bit longer. So, decent there. Once people get more into rocket launchers and into, what are those things called? Shock launchers and more sniper towers, the Shockeneers are going to be a little bit more useful. But even just walking, oh, look at that. They're skirting around. I called it too soon. They were skirting around the boom mines, which was great. But like I said here, look at this. Grenadiers, not super duper quick at all. Grenadiers are going to be slow and painful. by now with Bombardiers we would have finished the base. And that is why I don't recommend this path unless you don't have instant training or you don't have enough keys to get to Everspark right now, because Everspark's critters are being the real MVP in this scenario. The Shockeneers are just helping those critters do a little bit extra work, as you can see right about there. Come on, let's go. Grenadiers are not quite targeting that engine room yet. And Shockeneers do a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of damage, by the way. Oh, that was dumb of me. See that? I was trying to be a tough guy, throw in the smokes because I didn't have anything to do with my gunboat energy, and I slowed my critters down. So if we lose by a couple seconds, that is fully on me being a dummy. We didn't, though. We got crushed. Let's see what Cave Dweller has for troops. My assumption is they've gone forward and gotten Bombardiers. See, Bombardiers just so much faster. It is silly how much faster they are. So me going and wasting keys on those Shockeneers cost me getting into Bombardiers, but like I said, this account doing something a little bit different, trying different metas all season long. I'm going to be rocking 3 different metas for you guys, trying to give all of those who are slightly behind me an option as far as which troops you want to use next. And I know a lot of you, like most of the videos out there, focus on if you have instant training, this is what you should be doing. And that is why I make a very, very large effort to make sure that one of my accounts does not have instant training, so that it's not like, it's kind of like those War Factory guides that are like War Factory for all levels, how to beat War Factory. Then they use Bullet. Like those kind of things drive me crazy. And that's why this channel went in the direction it did a long, long time ago. Because people were posting how to solo War Factory, and 90% of people didn't care about soloing War Factory. So a mini rant there. Nonetheless, we're going to get a decent time using Grenadiers this time, simply because all of these buildings are set up in a decent way. I don't know that we've lost many Grenadiers, maybe 1, maybe 2. Shockeneers definitely helping in that regard. So I'm going to be able to claim all my chests, but Sparky probably was going to allow us to do that anyways, as those critters rock that headquarters. Um, Lots and lots of weird things happening in Boom Beach these days, and we don't have an ETA on when they'll be fixed, but we know it's coming at some point. See that sniper tower? Come on, sniper tower. Yes. I love those minor details. The sniper tower taking out their grenadiers, slowing them down. They've got Shockeneers. I've seen all of the troops so far. I'm very interested to see how Rocket Choppas do. My account that went to Rocket Choppas, I'm not super confident that it's going to do well, because people are going to have all of the rocket launchers and all of the sniper towers. But it's going to be, like I said, I'm interested to see how the heck that goes. Gabri Skipper crushing us on the War Factory. My timer still has not started. Now, I'm not as far behind as I typically am, I don't think, because that maintenance break likely slowed some of you guys down a teeny tiny bit. We're going to get those dudes out there, need to get critter swarms rocking and rolling. Now, this person did the right thing. Putting the mines in front of the flamethrowers in this season makes perfect sense, because what that's going to do is that's going to keep Grenadiers from clearing the mine. So if you have the choice at the shore, that is a great way to do things. You can see that that boom mine is still sitting there. Thankfully, our Shockeneers are keeping all of those troops shocked as our critters catch up and clear all of the mines. So Shockeneers, definitely a decent troop. How they're going to last long term, I couldn't tell you, but look at this. Not needing to throw any shocks, keeping all of our gunboat energy so that we can keep those critter swarms popping. Now, on my other account, I've used Universal Remote a fair amount, because what I've found is that it gives you the ability to make your troops ignore where your opponent is trying to force them to go. I'm not sure if that makes complete sense or not, but by throwing a Universal Remote, your troops no longer care about that building, and I've managed to make my troops go left when they want us to go right. So lots and lots of things going on. This season will likely take a couple days to shake out as far as what the best path is, what the best metas are, and to get some of those bugs addressed, hopefully. Um, Now, as far as tech level, I would not count on Supercell being able to like increase your tech level based on previous purchases. So if you're at all concerned about your tech level, don't buy those multi-nodes. I don't think anyone is going to be concerned about that tech level at all, except for when you're trying to get to the 3 engine room level. It's rarely an issue, but just wanted to raise. Let's get that timer started before I blabber on some more. A bit nasally today. We're going to get Bombardiers. That's going to make all of the attacks go a little bit better, but of course I've wasted some tokens, so I am a full-on believer in say what I do, not what I, or do what I say, not what I do. Not getting into Bombardiers right away, not having tokens to max our Bombardiers. Tokens are not an issue this season, though. Those boxes right there have lots and lots of 325,000 tokens. Let's get some Bombardiers in there. We're going to keep 2 boats of Grenadiers to clear some mines. We're going to keep 2 boats Shockaniers. We're going to throw the kitchen sink at our opponent. And this is going to go poorly because they've got their mines set up very, very, very well. I gotta say that this season, more than any season I can remember, shock mines are incredible. Shock mines are doing the darndest things. I have not remembered a season where shock mines are so great. Every opponent that I've faced that has shock mines, I've done poorly on, so that might just be me sucking against shock mines, but just keep in mind that on a season called Shock Party, shock mines are actually doing fairly well. You can see just how much faster Bombardiers are. Even with Tick 3 Bombardiers, we are cruising through buildings, and you don't have to just sit there and watch buildings get chucked and missed at. Grenadiers are great for clearing mines. They have lots and lots of health, but watching them miss over and over and over again can be slightly frustrating. I definitely have too many Grenadiers mixed into my boats. I picked 2 boats, Grenadiers, to clear mines, and then they had all their mines at the shore, so not super duper smart by me, but I have not even had my first coffee yet, so I'm gonna cling to that excuse with my until I yeah, I'm doing the cliffhanger. Steven, that's not Seagal, that's Rocky. Losing, losing. We're getting there though, and as you can see, we've got some troops. I got this timer going. That is my primary focus for this morning. Let's just go skipping the Grenadiers, hoping that our Shockaniers can clear mines for us. Lots and lots of mines out there, hey? Um, Everspark, Shockanier, that right there. Then we're just going to go wide across here. Going to shock around the corner because Shockaniers likely won't shock around the corner. Grenadiers clearing some mines. Let's go, Everspark. Give us a couple more critters. And then we are going to be cruising on through this low-level Bombardiers. Not bad. We're going to get a decent split here. Probably should have put all of our troops on that right-hand side because we don't care about going. Look at this. That is where me not scouting is going to play a massive, massive role here. But I think we should still be able to get a decent time as our Bombardiers move on forwards. This is terrible. I should not be putting this on YouTube. This is full on awful attack, not scouting and just dropping troops. Thank you for coming in. This has been a bit educational on my side as well. I rushed this one. I will fully admit that. I've given you the good metas, yes, but also just trying to get this video out early in the morning. Time zones for warships not doing me any favors, and we are going to likely lose yet again. Let's go. Come on, let's pull this out of the fire, even though we went the total wrong way. By the way, I gotta say, Shockaniers are almost worth unlocking just because they have the best effect in Boom Beach, I feel like. Their effect, with the way it bounces from building to building, I am a huge, huge fan of that. Love that effect, and we actually managed to get a win barely. How in the world? I don't know. Our Bombardiers are almost all gone because I didn't upgrade them. Should be able to get a couple more at that next engine room level. After this attack, I am going to say goodbye, bid you adieu. We are going to go like that. By the way, adieu, the most popular word to start Wordle on, for those of you who are still playing the Wordles. On our Discord, we do have a Wordle channel, by the way. But if you haven't checked out the Wordle bot, by the way, Wordle bot is magical. I am a huge, huge fan of that. Just the Wordle bot itself, I had quit playing for a long, long time. Wordle bot got me back into it. Some of you out there are saying, like, this is a Boom Beach channel, and dude is talking about a game that was popular for like 5 minutes. I know. I know. Let's go. Let's go. We're the two engine room level has a bunch of decent defenses. No good troops though. So anytime you see a two engine room base, you should in theory be able to beat it because their Grenadiers are just chucking right now. And they don't have Everspark, and I'm probably going to lose to them after all of that. So come on, Bombardiers, get that puppy down. And I want to see this two engine room players attack, how they got this down so darn quickly. That is a Cyrillic name, I do believe. 3 minutes, 6 seconds with only Grenadiers. I need to watch this. Are you using Everspark's explosive charge? What are you doing, my friend? Okay. You do have Everspark at two end. Maybe they just didn't place their third engine room. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that indeed. They've got Everspark. They just didn't place their engine room. Okay, so I was totally befuddled there, but good word. Hey, yeah, I love it when a random word comes to mind. We are going to claim that chest. My Bombardiers are going to get maxed, and I'm going to say goodbye to you. Look at that tech level, 630 tech. Let's do a quick test. 0 tech added. But on the plus side, we get a couple extra sniper towers, which are going to be very, very, very useful as far as destroying troops. And we are only a couple chests away from rocket launchers. I am not going to drag you guys through to get the rocket launchers at the moment. Should be able to jump up to 12 fairly easily. Also, should be able to get that chest. So, rocket launchers are here very, very soon. I shall talk to you soon, though. As always, I try not to harp on this, but make sure you've got Creator Boost ZMOT enabled. It will make your warships go so much better. I love these short seasons. There are already like 4 different metas arriving, being showing their heads. So, lots and lots of good stuff. I am going to keep this going. I have got a wonderful, wonderful wood safe in my. You know what? Let's just use that right now, just because we need to use that puppy right there. That way we can get the new one. I'm going to keep my submarine diving. You guys keep code ZMOD, liking, sharing, subscribing. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm ZMOD. Peace.